Hello everybody, I'm Charlie Atkinson, and today we've got a different type of video for you because it won't be me reviewing this electric vehicle, but it'll instead be my dad. Now, he's never driven an EV before, so we've got him a brand new top of the range Nissan Leaf to see if we can convert him over to electric.
I'm the new Jeremy Sparkson of the EV world. Don't forget to click like and subscribe. Oh, is that not it? Sometimes less is more. The last time I went in the back of a car was in 1992 when I was caught in your mother. Hello. Where's the dipstick?
It's bring your dad to work day, isn't it?
Biggest thing with me though is it's something else to plug in, isn't it? Watch, phone, tablet, shaver.
Charger.
Let's have a go.
Plug it in. Now, the intro to this video wasn't strictly true because you have actually driven an electric car before for about half an hour, about a year or so ago, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. That was the Volkswagen ID3,
yeah.
I think.
And, well, like I said, you drove it for about half an hour, and it's fair to say you weren't really convinced after. You still got a few hang-ups.
Yeah, it was a strange experience, and I found it very plasticky and not very welcoming as a car. It wasn't very comfortable, I didn't think, and it was just a strange experience. But
we've got this brand new shiny Nissan Leaf, top of the range one, the e+tekna. Now, from the outside, we'll jump into it and we'll have a drive in a minute, but first impressions from the outside, what do you reckon?
Yeah, I think it looks really nice. It looks really sporty. It's like it's not too small, it's not too big. I love the black over the silver, which is good, and I like the silver and black alloy wheels. I think it looks quite impressive. It's quite nice at the back where the rear tailgate has like a spoiler over it, and yeah, and the front's quite impressive as well. Some of them look a bit bland, but I think it's quite the front spoiler. I think that looks quite decent. I can see myself driving it. Yeah, it's quite a nice looking car.
It's a bit smaller than what you've got at the minute though.
Yeah, I drive a Volkswagen Tiguan diesel tank at the moment. She's a beauty. But and I really like it. I feel when I'm in the Tiguan, I feel as though I'm really surrounded by a good solid car, you know, and I can get nearly 700 miles to a tank of diesel out of it. But I'm not doing my bit for the environment, am I?
No.
I'm chugging along in it, and diesel's really expensive, and but I can still cost me about £105 to fill it up. But yeah, it's a very good car. It's a very reliable car, and it will take something special to convince me to change it.
Well, you've seen all the different cars that I've had on test, and I'll take you for a spin in some of them, but this is just a bog standard sort of middle of the road EV. Yeah. There's certainly better ones on the market. There's certainly a lot worse out there, but yeah, this is just a nice middle of the road one. So from the outside, thumbs up from you then so far. Not that I'm trying to sell this, I'm not a used car salesman here.
Well, no, it's a nice looking car. There's just me. It looks quite roomy. People go out here, we've got room in the back. How much is one of these?
This top of the range one starts from just over £36,000.
Yeah, see, that's affordable. That's doable, isn't it? You know, you're looking at if I was to get a new Tiguan now, I'd be up around the 40 grand mark, and you know, and it'd be interesting to see if, you know, like ex-demonstrators, and there's not really much of a second-hand market for electric cars at the moment, is there?
It's growing. It needs to develop. That's one of the sort of biggest obstacles for the mass adoption of EVs, really, is that second-hand market and that used market needs to grow a little bit. But it's getting there. Year after year, it's growing.
Yeah, no, but as I say, it looks a really nice car. It looks nice and sleek. They all look much of a muchness, but this is, I don't know, this has gone a little bit. I don't know. It just looks a little bit nicer, looks a little bit sleeker.
It's
looks sporty.
It's a bit angular. It's got a nice mean face to it.
She's got she's a nice car, and I love the alloys. I really do like the look of the alloys, and you know, and I'd say black over silver is always a winner, isn't it? And yeah, good little car.
Should we get inside and have a look?
Should we have a go?
Let's go.
Be nice, be rude not to.
Right, okay, we're inside, out of the cold and the rain and the wind, so it's a bit more pleasant. Now, what do you think, interior?
Yeah, very good. I like steering wheel, like a nice leather steering wheel. I can see that it's got a heated steering wheel, lots of buttons and electric mirrors, heated seats.
Not too dark, it's all right for you?
Yeah, no, it's fine. It's I like a dark interior. I don't like a light interior. It makes it a little bit more enclosed, a little bit more cockpity, shall we say. I like the cockpit, I like the armrest, I like the way that the centre console is level with your knees. Yeah, it's very leatherish and
You like a boring interior then?
Yeah, well, sometimes less is more.
Right.
Sometimes, but everything you want is there. Climate control, heated seats. You know, I don't like heated seats personally because it's like driving along like you wet yourself. But,
now you've seen in some of the EVs we've had that you get this like massive iPad style infotainment screen. Not really your cup of tea, that is it?
a bit too much for me.
Right.
It's just I can just about get through a smartphone.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
So a car should have a speedo, a dial, and a few little bits and bobs. A decent radio. I don't need an infotainment system all along the front of the car.
Right. So this setup for you then is pretty
perfect. Just exactly what I want. Everything I need is here and more. I mean, I'm more excited about the heated steering wheel than I am the stereo.
Well, let's focus on the space in the back. Let's jump out, have a sit in the back, see if there's plenty of leg room for you as well, and we'll have a look at the boot as well.
Yeah, okay.
Right, in the back, you do look a bit squished, so not the most room.
No, it's all right headroom. My knees are up round my ear holes at the moment. I mean, I'm not designed to go in the back of cars, really. The last time I went in the back of a car was in 1992 when I was courting your mother. But we haven't got to do that anymore.
Thanks for that. Yeah, thank you. But if I'm just going to move swiftly on past that, thank you. But so if this was your car anyway, you wouldn't be in the back anyway because you'd be driving it 99% of the time. But I mean, even for me, I've got enough leg room here behind the passenger, plenty of headroom as well. My head's not poking out like the dinosaur from Fred Flintstone. So
no, it's fine. It's fine. I've noticed as well we've got heated rear seats.
Ooh.
No wonder they're getting a range out these cars. The amount of stuff you're running off the poor battery. I'd have to get a trailer, I think, with a battery in it. But no, it's all right. Look, at the end of the day, you can hunker down, open your legs. You could do half hour, 45 minutes, an hour in the back here quite comfortably. It's nice and squishy, the seats. They're not uncomfortable seats.
I don't think you were doing half an hour with me mum anyway. So.
No.
I don't know if that's going to make the cut.
You can still get a good tune out of an old fiddle. Don't underestimate us old boys. No, it's not. I love it. It's all right. It's everything I would want in a car. I'm not going in the back of it, so I'm really not bothered.
Yeah.
You know, and
I don't know if this video has gone the way I thought it was going to go.
No, it'd be all right.
We're
having a look round, didn't we? We're having a good look. It's all right. It's a nice motor. It is a nice motor. It's a nice car. All new cars are nice, aren't they? I'd like to see one 10 years old. But, you know,
that's the big question.
That's the big question, isn't it, though? Yeah. But yeah, okay. I think we've done the back to death, have we?
Right, nice big boot for you as well. I know that's important for you. So, big enough? What do you reckon?
Yeah, well, as you know, I've got my two little dogs. I've got two little terriers, and they come everywhere with me. I'd take the parcel shelf out. I don't think I'd get a set of cages in it because of the depth of it, and you wouldn't be able to open the doors unless you raised it, but then it'd be too high. But that's perfect with a boot liner and closed down. I quite like that. That's quite a high-sided, deep boot, and the dog with a boot liner, dogs would go in there fine, and they'd be nice and safe as well.
Yeah, and you've got nice little cubbies here. For
you need your chargers and things. Yeah, I like that. I do like the boot. Yeah, your bag now and again, and the dogs in. Yeah, no problem at all. It fits all my requirements, and it caters for my needs. I think. Bang the dogs in there and bags and that on the back seat. And away you go. It's quite good, and I like this. Is all nice and solid. Yeah, good. I'll tell you one thing that's impressed me as well. It'd be easy to clean, because you know what I'm like when I clean a car. I like to go around the inside. You can actually get your hand in there and clean it.
It's the small things that matter.
Just my thing. Just
exactly.
my thing.
Right. So I think we've looked at it enough. Shall we take it for a spin?
Yeah.
Come on then.
But before we do anything, I'm the new Jeremy Sparkson of the EV world. Don't forget to click like and subscribe. Oh, is that not it?
First impressions?
Yeah, it's good. I do like it. Yeah, it's a nice car. There's a bit of road noise on it though, isn't there? But it's...
You probably get the road noise because everything else is so quiet.
And so you're not being ruffled over by an engine, are you? Mm. But it was strange when you start it up and you don't get that. You don't get nothing from it. You know, it's just it's ready to go.
You turn it off and you just go, and there's no other noise to it.
I do like the pickup on it. I know it's not the fastest one there is, but
yeah. Well, we're coming to a good stretch of road.
There's a national speed limit here. Junction on the left. If you stay there, little Fiat 500, and there's a nice straight, we can give it a little bit of a squeeze. See, we're only doing just under 60, but it seems like you're doing faster than that.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong, there are electric cars are known for having that sort of instant torque and being quick off the mark. This isn't a particularly fast electric car, but it's still 0 to 60 in 7 seconds. So
that's fine, isn't it? That's sort of like petrol per sat sort of figures, that is. But the most impressive thing about this is that regenerative braking. I do like that.
Well, Nissan have their own brand. It's this e-pedal, which I don't personally think it's as good as other regen settings on other cars, but I suppose if it's your first sort of experience of using that, then it is. I thought it'd take a bit of getting used to, but you seem to have picked up.
I really like it. I do. I really like it. I'm not one of these ones. As you know, I've had a bit of driver training, and I'm not a tappy brake person. I try and read the road without keep touching me brakes. And do you know how expensive brake pads and discs are?
Yeah.
There's nothing worse than that the person that's in the Range Rover or the Land Rover or whatever, the big Chelsea tractor, they're driving along and every 2 minutes they accelerate and then they brake. Accelerate, brake. There's absolutely no acceleration sense whatsoever.
Well, that's another one of those benefits for electric vehicles, is because of regen braking, you save so much on servicing costs as well.
Yeah.
Brake discs and things like that. So it all builds into that picture of the sort of cost effectiveness of an electric vehicle. And that's not to mention charging and stuff like as we touched on before, you've got the means to be able to charge at home. So your sort of use case, if you like, is perfect for an electric vehicle.
Nice.
Now the range on this is, well, the WLTP, which is the official certified range, is 329 miles. So for you, I know you have big question marks over the range. That's probably your biggest sticking point over electric vehicles, isn't it? So how does that sound? 329 miles, like you said, you usually do sort of 8 miles to work there and back. So realistically, and obviously there's going to be different situations that pop up where you need to go a little bit further for whatever reasons, but you realistically should be able to get away with charging once a week, tops.
Easy. I fit into the electric vehicle category perfect, but there's a story that right now, you talk to different people, right, all the time, that have got, well, in my diesel, in my Tiguan, right, I could go to Scotland in my Tiguan, I could drive from my house to Glasgow in one hit, okay? I wouldn't have to worry about recharging or anything, okay? And that's it. Whereas if you was to go in this, you was going to drive to Glasgow, and you would have to charge this perhaps twice on the way up there or whatever. So you'd have to plan in stops. Now, the argument is that good for road safety? It gives you regular breaks. They're always encouraging you, if you feel tired, stop. Rather than get in it and think, right, I've got to get to Scotland and I've now got to break, my personal best of getting to Scotland and get there as quick as I can. You should be able to stop. You should be having regular breaks for safety and to make it the road trip a more pleasurable experience. But my argument is, if I wanted to do it in a one-er, in my Tiguan, I could do that in one hit. I could go and do, a 550-mile journey on one tank of diesel. But the thing is, in the last 30 years, I've not been to Scotland yet.
Exactly.
Exactly. It's a stupid argument where people say it. If you're doing that on a regular basis, then
probably
fine.
not for you.
Then fine, it's not for you. But whereas I can't have that argument, 8 miles to work each way, and I only work 3 days a week, and then on Thursdays and Fridays I go to perhaps to Wellingborough to the gym or whatever, and that's 4 miles.
And the furthest is, if you're ever going to go to the football, you go from Huntingdon Station, which is
half an hour, 40 minutes, which is 22 miles.
Exactly. So if you build that picture of one charge every week, which it's probably going to cost you about, I don't know, 14, 15 quid.
Let's see if we can beat the wagon away. See, that's good. It's got some great pickup. Look at that. That's got some quality pickup, that was. The old diesel would be screaming for mercy now, she would. She'd be tapping out.
Pushing her up there.
Come on, baby, you can do it. And that was good. We just joined the main 509, and we're coming from the slip road there, and there was a wagon coming up the hill, an Arctic. I'd have had to let him go, and I wouldn't have had the pickup, but we was able to squeeze and go there. Little blind spot check, and away we go.
What?
I don't know, I'm just talking as I drive. That's it. I always like to. You always check your blind spots, Charlie. Always check your blind spots, especially these days with these bloody cyclists. You never know. You've got sort of a mammal, middle-aged man in lycra coming up the inside.
So Dad, you've had the car for the day, we've done a fair few miles in it, you've had a look around it, you've been inside it. final verdict, what do you reckon?
Yeah, I'm impressed. It's good. Once you get used to it, like the gear selection and the actual silence of it, it's quite impressive. I love the pickup, I love the speed, I love the acceleration. The thing that impressed me, as all dads, we all think we're the greatest drivers ever lived. What impressed me the most was the driving experience. I love the regen braking. That when you're driving along, one of the biggest things that annoys me with drivers, especially with people that have bought a car perhaps it's too fast or too quick for them that they're not used to. When they're driving along, they've got no acceleration sense and they keep tapping on the brakes, And when people brake, that causes a concertina effect, and it's just not good. It's not a good driving experience. But with this, when you're driving, that regen allows you to concentrate more on your acceleration sense. So as you're coming up to a bend, you can ease off and you can bring the speed off the vehicle without having to touch your brakes, etc. I know it's the same effect, you're doing it, but you're not sending the signal to anyone behind you. You're using more acceleration sense, and I really like that. And I found that it was a very good, on the back lanes we went on, I thought it was a really good driving experience. I really enjoyed it. Yeah, but it's ergonomic, isn't it? Everything's there at fingertip control. The first thing that got me was when you get in and start it up, nothing happened. I know I said, are we ready to go? And you said, yeah, we're ready to go, just go. It's like, oh, well,
it can't hear nothing.
Something moved on the dash. You know, normally I'm expecting to press the button and vroom, and away she goes. But no, that was really strange. But yeah, and then we've talked about range. Like I said, with
the range is the biggest issue for you, isn't it, really?
Yeah, but I live 8 miles from home. I work 8 miles from home, and, you know, 8 miles there, 8 miles back, and, you know, perhaps a trip out of the weekend, I could seriously justify having one of these. I think the biggest thing to do is get yourself into a routine. When you get home and you're not going out for the evening, plug it in so you're ready to go, and just keep it chopped up.
The biggest thing with electric vehicles is to think about them less as a car, but more of just plugging your phone in overnight. So you go whenever you go to bed, you've got your phone, you put it on your bedside table, charge it up, and it's ready to go. And that's the same principle for an electric car. And you've also, where you live, you've got the means to have a home charger as well. So you shouldn't have to rely on public charging, which is another big issue I know it's a big issue for a lot of people out there as well.
The biggest thing with me though is it's something else to plug in, isn't it? Watch, phone, tablet, shaver. I'll forget to plug the car in or something, and I'll get up in the morning and
you've got to go to work at 8 miles of range.
Yeah. I'm going to be late this morning. I've got to put some batteries in my car.
But I suppose the big question is then, the whole purpose of this video is, have you been converted to electric vehicles? Is electric the future for you?
I think so, yes. I'm really going to seriously have a look at my car's due for changing in the next 6 months. There's some, I know the used car petrol diesel market is really struggling at the moment. I was considering a new car, but what's impressed, when I've looked at electric cars in the past, I've just had a quick glance, 50, 60 grand, that's out of my pay scale. 36,000 is very, very doable. And it would suit me. It would suit me. The mileage that I do, an electric vehicle would suit me, and I love it now. It's nice and wrapped round you. It's got all the bells and whistles, because when you buy a car, you're sold by bells and whistles. You use them once and then that's it. You never use them again. I bought a car once with flappy paddle gears changing. I used it once, never used it again. But no, it has impressed me. It has impressed me. The driving experience was really, really good. And
so in 6 months' time, we're going to see you in a brand new Nissan Leaf.
There's a very, very good chance. I'll certainly have a look at it, but we'll see what they've got to offer.
There we go. That's all for this video. If you liked it, then please do drop us a like and be sure to subscribe as well. For more electric car reviews like this, you can head over to our channel, and for daily news coverage, features and much more, you can also head over to evpowered.co.uk. Thanks once again for watching, and we'll see you on the next video.